while wearing a Del Curry throwback jersey, appeared to listen to that note, but at the end of the game, not so much. Drake got into it with Draymond Green and appeared to call him, quote, trash. Draymond talked about the incident later, but he just didn't want to hear the word scuffle. Take a listen.
Just wanted you to talk a little bit about that post-game scuffle between you and Drake.
You got a question about basketball? It wasn't really a scuffle because I didn't hit him and he didn't hit me, or I didn't push him and he didn't push me. We talked. We barked a little bit, but I wouldn't necessarily consider that a scuffle. Not really what I personally would consider a scuffle.
Yikes. Shannon, what did you make of the post-game incident?
I wouldn't consider that a scuffle either, Draymond. I love the way Drake behaved throughout the entirety of the game until the very end. Skip, I believe this should be beneath Drake because we keep saying he's a fan. He's also the ambassador. He's also basically an affiliate. He's also personnel of the Raptors. That should be beneath him, Skip, baby. He's not the guy that works 9 to 5 or the female that works 9 to 5 and goes to the game and yell and scream. That's one thing. But a guy worth $150 million carrying on like this, Skip, don't you think that should be beneath Drake?
No.
It should be. Can you imagine? I couldn't imagine Denzel doing that. Can you imagine Denzel? What about Beyonce?
No.
Can you imagine that, Skip?
I don't think so.
I can't. I mean, it should be. And you know, there's a difference. When the teacher calls your parents, that's one thing. When the principal calls, that's something entirely different. See, if someone in the league office would have had a conversation, Drake probably would have brushed that off. But old Adam Silver, who's the best in the biz right now as far as commissionership goes.
I give you that.
He called him to the office. Hey, look here, bro.
Yeah.
There are lines. Although they're imaginary, you stepping over them.
Yeah.
Now, I need you to act accordingly or else. Or else.
What is or else?
He don't want to find out.
What? I'm going to send you to jail? What are you going to do?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Come on.
All that's unnecessary, Skip. You don't need to fight. See, your head was hard as a little boy. I can tell right now. See, your parents tell you something and you just got to go, oh, what you going to do, Mom? What you gonna do?
I had no rules.
Yeah. That was the problem.
I know.
That was, now I got to put some rules down on you.
Yeah.
But hold on. I remember probably like a week ago, I thought Draymond said he wasn't paying Drake no mind.
He said that.
He said,
thank you for pointing that out.
He said Drake can't shoot no shots.
Yeah.
He can't make any passes.
He said
I'm
that.
not worried about Drake.
Aha.
And come to find out, walking off the court, he in Drake's face.
Interesting.
So, but I love the way he behaved. But let me tell you what's going to happen, Skip. I believe he might ratchet it up a little bit because game 2, they already got one game in pocket. So Drake, just remember what the commissioner said. We have lines, we have boundaries, and we need you to operate inside those boundaries, Skip Bayless. There's behavior, there's protocol that must be adhered to at all costs. The world is watching, Drake. Behave.
He knows it.
Okay, first things first. Let's go to the end. Post buzzer, finally, Drake sprang back to life because until the buzzer,
you didn't know
he looked like he was in church the whole game, right? He was in church.
Good.
He was pretty well behaved.
Well behaved. He was a zombie.
He wasn't no zombie.
He was a zombie the whole game.
I kept watching
He didn't even change expressions. He just sat in his seat.
He was nervous.
In fact, he kind of shrank down in his seat. He kind of like crouched down like,
he was
I'm
nervous.
not here. I'm not here.
Nervous.
Nobody sees me. I'm not here. I'm not Drake anymore. I'm just Joe Smith sitting here. I'm just somebody sitting watching the game. That's how he behaved the whole game. And it looked to me like, and I don't know this for a fact, it looked like Draymond started it. It looked like Draymond was leaving the floor and had to pass by Drake's seat. And at that point, because they had just won the basketball game,
Drake said something.
He is standing up. No, I think Draymond said something first. Why would he say something? To take out his frustrations on the nearest lightning rod, and that's the biggest lightning rod in the building, right? I got to start something with somebody to get me going because also Draymond has admitted recently that sometimes he gets text just to get him and his team going.
Right.
Get the juices flowing.
Well, you can't get going. The game's over.
Okay.
Oh, you going to get ready for game 2?
This was a Shannon Sharp memorial ploy right here because sometimes Shannon Sharp tried to fuel himself by getting other people angry, right?
Yeah.
Okay? Or getting himself in quasi-trouble, you know, like
Well, I'm doing all this talking. I know I got to perform now.
Now you got to perform. And again, it's not the most clever response in trash talk to opt for your trash. Oh, let's see. Well, I'm doing trash talk, so maybe it's like your password is password, right?
But hold on, Skip. You're talking to a supreme athlete.
Yeah.
And here's a guy that doesn't play the game. Now, if another great athlete says a player's trash, that's one thing.
Okay.
But somebody outside that fraternity?
Okay, I'm just thinking he got provoked and shocked that he's coming at me and we just won this game.
Well, let me ask you a question. Well, maybe you can help me understand this. How you going to troll a team that you got two of the guys' numbers that's on that team tattooed on your arm?
That is confusing.
How? Well, I mean, I'm missing something, Skip.
Okay, and to that point, I thought it was very cool and clever that he chose to send the subliminal message by wearing Steph's father's jersey. And remember, Steph's father played his last, I'm talking about Dell, played his last 3 years of his career in Toronto. And he made 39% of his threes in Toronto. Maybe not Steph-like, but it showed you what was coming.
Oh, all his stuff was off the dribble or catch and shoot.
Thank you very much. And 18 of those months, little Steph, who was then, I believe, 11 and then going on 12. Yeah, he went to school. He was living up in Toronto.
Right.
So it was a cool idea. It was inspired to wear number 30 Dell's Toronto jersey just to send the message to Steph and his teammates. Wait a second, you got deep ties. You know, your best player came from us, right?
Right.
Okay, so I love that part of it. But again, why was Draymond frustrated? He had the cheapest triple-double you could have. Literally the cheapest. 10, 10, and 10. Can you have a cheaper than that? Okay, and he was threatening to have a quadruple-double because he had 6 turnovers. So he's starting to get up there. He could have had 10, 10, 10, and 10. That would have been really cheap, right? Okay, so he's frustrated. He knows they got their butts beat. He knows he got his behind kicked by Siakam and that he had just declared himself the greatest defender of all time.
I think that's what he's most hurt by.
Okay.
I mean, you losing the game and the guy that you're guarding, Skip, scores 10 points, 15 points, that's one thing. But when a guy has a coming out party on national television on you in the NBA Finals against you, oh, yeah, you very frustrated.
Okay, so I don't know exactly what he said to detonate this, but then Drake is like shocked because he's going from celebrating to having to defend himself, and he reaches for the word trash.
Well,
trash.
Well, Draymond probably said, bro, you need to sit down. You're not Kendrick Lamar. He probably said something like that.
He'd been sitting the whole game.
Yeah.
Did you even notice it?
Why you standing now?
Okay, and I got to tell you, this just makes me sick that he kowtowed to the commissioner. It's like...
Wait a minute.
Huh?
Skip.
Well, come on. You're not a super fan. You do represent the organization. You are an ambassador.
Right.
You're on the masthead of the organization.
So Masai Ujiri can't be clowning people on the sidelines.
What has he done? Okay, so he gave Nick Nurse a little figurative back rub. And that's the one, okay, but that was the one thing that Adam Silver had the biggest problem with. He said, we can't have anybody, he said, friend or foe, contacting an NBA coach. Well, he's not just a friend, he's part of the organization. And he's also one of the top entertainers in the world.
Well, let him
in the world.
But not at a basketball game.
Okay, well, he is. And he represents, he's the spirit of the Raptors is embodied in this man.
I get all of that, Skip, and he's a super fan, but okay.
I want to see him up. I want to see him alive.
No, I want to see him down.
I want to see him trash talking. I want to see him distracting everybody on the other team.
Commissioner spoken.
Well, he said...
I won't speak to you again.
He said they had conversations, him and the manager, and he said, I think we ended up in a good place.
I think so, too.
Well, we ended
Judging by Drake's behavior, we ended up in a great place.
We ended up in a quiet place.
Well, that's what you
And it was the quietest place you could be. He just sat there the whole game. I didn't even know he was there.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Do you realize how much he contributes to their home court mystique?
You know how much he paid for those seats?
Probably nothing.
I
mean,
curious.
I would hope.
Yeah. No, you pay for those.
You pay?
Yeah.
Why? You don't think he's worth his weight in gold?
No.
Either? Yes.
Gold, I need gold to spend, not gold I can look at. I know there's a lot of gold in Fort Knox. It don't do me any good because I don't own it.
The Raptors need him to come back out of his shell.
No, they don't.
And defy the commissioner.
See, why you got to go against the authority? Why you got to buck the establishment? Why?
You know what? It's not Adam Silver's place to tell Drake how to behave.
Yes, it is his place.
It is not.
He's the commissioner.
Did he step onto the basketball court? No.
The commissioner?
That's the literal line you can't cross.
No. You can't be in that space giving the coach a massage.
Look, if you told me he ran onto the court and patted somebody on the butt for making a shot at the other end, way to go, way to go.
No.
Then I'd say, okay, you have literally crossed
Not
the line.
only that, Skip, you can't be in when the opponents are walking by, you can't be clapping in their face before they two-piece
Oh,
you.
come on. What do you think Spike Lee has done his whole life?
Nah, ain't nobody, Spike wasn't doing all that.
I told you exactly what the deal is. Drake sits on the side that's televised. Spike sits on the side that is not televised, so it requires a special shot of Spike to show what he's doing.
I get why the rap